Morning, everybody. Day 5, and we're somewhere in the mountains. South Carolina, Tennessee, we haven't decided where we're at, but what a great place. Out here, nobody. Great facility. We've got a little stream, as Scott has pointed out earlier, that we've got a great stream, great facilities, wonderful. So it's a great night, good night's sleep.
Yeah, and what a treat. We almost blew past this. You can see the trail behind us. We saw this down here and think, should we stop or not? And so glad we did. This was a real treat. So yesterday we were in Tennessee and then North Carolina. We're not sure where we're at now, maybe North Carolina, but we are planning to plunge deeper into Tennessee today.
Yeah, yep. Get a good ride, get some breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast, and then spend the day making up some miles.
All right, we'll see you on the trail. Sir, you're rolling.
Right. Well, it's just beautiful waking up in the morning, seeing the sunshine peeking through the hills.
Well, Jack, it's taken me 5 days to shake the sand out of my head.
Really? Nice.
In Florida, everything we ride on is sand, and you can trust sand to be untrustworthy. And so I find in the corners, I ride a little more shyly, take it in and feel the corner a bit, not trust it. Now here you know better than that in your head because this is rock, and while you do have some loose gravel, it's certainly something more trustworthy to lean in and power through a corner. But it's taken me 4 days to shake that sand out. Now I hope it doesn't fall too far away because we certainly have sand ahead of us.
The big thing is you're going to see a couple little spills tonight. Nothing has been with any speed. It's all been the bike goes and you go to step off, and it's the hills. Everything is so uneven. Your legs are always, one side is always short. And so then, with the weight that we have on these bikes for our packing, there's nothing you can really, once it starts going to a point, it's going to no return.
What you need is that adjustable peg leg. I wonder if pirates ever caught onto that. Be handy. Well, us flatlanders, it's good to have some of that experience in these hills before we get into the larger spots.
Yep. Well, and then the other thing too is we're not the early 20-year-olds that are riding these bikes anymore.
Oh, you noticed?
Our mind says we can, but there's multiple times that reality kicks us in the butt.
Also, I think my survival instinct is stronger than when I was 16.
Yes.
I used to think I was immortal. Now I know that that's not true.
We've got a lot of weight on these bikes too, so it's amazing how well we can throw them around.
Yeah, that's true. We can. What we're finding, though, is that there's so much to see and places to go on this trail, thank you, Sam, that we don't want to cash all that in on one early incident to take you out. So we're riding well below our comfort level, just so there's a buffer in case there's a washout or vehicles or a change in trail and turn that you didn't anticipate. So you've got a little capacity to absorb problems. Because we certainly want to make the distance so we can see everything, see all that we can, and we don't want to cash that check all right here. So.
The other thing people got to remember is that, you know, if they're watching us and seeing these trails and going, oh man, that doesn't look too bad, we're in our 60s. So.
Yeah, but we're younger than some that ride, for sure.
That is very true.
I still think we can call ourselves a geezer, though.
Yeah, we call it poor geezers.
Well, ride when you can. I'm still thinking of that spot we were at last night. So glad that we stopped.
Oh man,
That was like being at a spa, Jack. Well, wait a minute. That's not exactly true because I've never been to a spa, so I would be lying to say that it felt like being at a spa. But I imagine it might feel like being at a spa.
Well, they
I saw this nude guy sitting in the middle of a stream on the edge of a waterfall.
The edge of a waterfall.
Yeah, right on the edge of the waterfall. And nice place to bathe. It was wonderful. Absolute delightful spot. And so we'll be putting the coordinates of that camping spot. In fact, you'll notice we're camping all along the way. That's, you know, some choose to say motels, and that's also good, but we decided to not have to come off the trail as much as possible. And there's not a lot of information on where to stop. Sam has provided some hotel information, but you're on your own for camping. And so we'll try to post up, at least the place we stay. Obviously, everybody travel at a different pace, have different nights, but in case it's useful to someone, we'll post up some of these spots. That's certainly one that you're going to want to be at. We'll put the GPS coordinates in for that. If we can make it, we'd be happy to be there. You could almost call that like a destination resort, yeah?
Yes.
So this morning, about 5 minutes into the trail, we had our first mechanical, sort of. Jack, you want to tell us what happened?
I have one of the supports for my body panels broke, and it was allowing my tool tub to touch the tire when I hit big bumps. So we had to stop and fix that a little bit. And look at this sensation.
Oh, hey, here we are, wherever that is. So we got to use a valet strap. We had a few along because they're always good to have. The good news is we had one and we got to use it. The bad news is we had to use it. More fun than a guy should be able to have in the morning before breakfast.
Yes.
Speaking of breakfast, Jack,
I know.
what's on the menu?
I don't know. I was thinking that we probably passed a whole lot of Waffle Houses already.
Well, they're on the interstate. We're not very close. We looked. Jack looked up yesterday. He wanted to go to a Waffle House. He checked it out. It was 23 miles. So we passed. So Jack, I want to thank you for the idea of using earplugs with speakers.
Yes.
I had just planned to wear earplugs, but I like having the audio so that we can hear each other a little better in spite of all the noise, especially at the highway speeds. And it worked out really great for me. I'd thrown in, I have a pair of Bose small in-the-ear noise canceling headphone, and they don't make them anymore, which is sad because they pack so nice and tight and they fit in a helmet. Anyway, I threw it in, and with it on, it's amazing. Well, with it off, you can still hear fine. The audio quality is great. When you turn the noise canceling on, it's incredible, Jack. So the sound of the muffler kind of dies away. I'm actually hearing the engine. I can hear the transmission. I can hear the engine, not just the exhaust. I can hear the chain. And on the highway, I hear wind in my helmet as opposed to any other noise. So super nice, comfortable for the ears. They stay in good, and it's nice to get rid of the noise.
I'm just using those Apple earbuds, but they're I don't know if they make them anymore, but they're the soft gel in the ear. They're tiny, and they're wired, but I've used them under my street bike helmets, and they just seem to work really well.
So it took me about 2 days to figure out how to use the other earphones I had. They don't stay in as well, but even these, I had a hard time getting them to stay in my ears as I put my helmet on. Of course, the helmet's tight by design. You want them to be snug fitting, and mine's a little extra tight on one side because of the wires that I have in place for the audio for the camera. So what I learned, my best technique now, the one that's working twice now happily, is as I'm putting it on, I use the straps to pull the padding out as far as I can. At the same time, I put my thumbs on the earpieces to hold them in as they slide up into the helmet. and I had success. So thank you, Jack. Those are good. So we're getting a little hungry. So we're gonna see here where we're at. We're heading up on another ridge called Jonas Ridge. So I'm gonna zoom out here and see if there's anything around. And looks like ahead, yeah, kind of on this path here, we're gonna come up across some motel and some gas. So likely we have a chance at some food there, Jack.
Okay.
All right, good to go.
So for breakfast, we stopped at Louise's Rock House near Linville Falls in North Carolina. And as luck would have it, as we were coming in, there was a patron coming out who was the great-grandson of the fellow who did the rock work for this building.
Nice meeting you. Your names?
Chris and Charlotte Guthrie.
Nice. He was giving some very interesting history about the place we're about to eat. He said his great-grandfather did the stonework here.
You see there's a lot of it.
Had a very interesting history. We're standing basically on 3 counties, he said.
Yes. Yeah, Avery, Burke, and I think it's Mitchell. Yeah, McDowell. Avery, Burke, and McDowell. Which way are y'all headed?
We
That
don't
way.
know.
You're
Yeah.
going that way?
That way.
Yeah, you're going and heading into Avery County.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're following a track that Sam Ferrero created that takes you cross country, 6,000 miles. So we know where we're going, we just don't know where we're at any moment in time.
Okay.
It's an odd way to travel, a fun way to travel.
So that's interesting. You got the Avery, Burke,
And McDowell.
Dowell, and Burke.
Yep.
Cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So how far back does this go then?
I'm not sure when this was built. My great grandfather was born in like 1871, so probably around the turn of the century he did stonework here.
Fantastic.
I've got a book at home that with the local history, and I'm not sure exactly when it was built, but probably somewhere around the turn of the century.
Very
Nice
good.
little bootlegger haven.
Yep, it sure was.
Bootlegger brothel, you said.
Yeah.
Well, I think 2 different times.
Yeah, bootlegging. It was a dance hall, music hall, and you know, people, the good Christian people they might have snuck here every now and then, but they didn't want the neighbors to know they were coming here.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, it's nice
perfect.
meeting you.
Nice
Nice
meeting you
meeting
both.
you too. God